Okay. You guys are going to love this episode.
Are you okay? You're just so excited.
I just know because we have not filmed it yet that you're going to love it.
Today we're going to attempt to make croissants shaped like different animals.
I don't know if your Pinterest looks like mine, but I tell you what. I literally don't know why, but they just started like
popping up,
literally showing me these shapes one after the other. So we're literally gonna bake them and everything and show you what they look like. Time to pop these bottles, huh?
Oh, I hate this. This gives me anxiety.
I think I did something wrong. I don't really get press spoon at seam. It's gonna be me at your wedding.
That's not a spoon, that's a knife.
I don't have a spoon.
It scared me.
It scared me just a little. Just a little.
I'm running out of room.
All right, so we're going to bust these out, and while we do this, we're going to talk to you guys about tips of long-distance friendships. It's a little backstory about us. As if you literally never watched any of our episodes.
We do not live near each other.
Thank God. No, I'm just kidding.
Tip number 1, don't be rude.
Tip number 1, find good friends. That support you and love you.
And just pray that.
Okay. Okay.
So, yes, we don't live near each other or in the same region of the country.
Literally as far apart as you could be. She
Probably.
said send it.
Who moved away, actually? Let's talk about that real quick.
Actually, we both moved. I moved. You moved.
I just had less of a dramatic move.
Yeah, so, you know.
By the way, I'm trying to make a paw. Like a little...
Okay, yep. Are we both going to make a paw first? I'm down for the vibes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I don't care if I make mine at the same time as you, but if we made similar things, I do think... Because then you get kind of 2 shots of, like, if it's good or if it's not, you know? You don't really know till you know.
I almost dropped it. That would have been... Oh, that's really big.
Oh, if you couldn't tell, we also got the Pillsbury croissant pre-made dough, so that you guys should be able to recreate this at home, too.
Yeah. So anyways, your tips. What else you got?
Oh, okay. Basically, we've been long-distance friends for a long time. We were also in-person friends for quite some time. And we both share friendships all across the country. And as you grow into your adult life, like, it's just a fact that things are going to be changing. People are going to be moving. And during those times, like, it can get rough, not only to make new friendships, but it's a totally different dynamic living with somebody
for sure.
or seeing them every day and then finding out, like, where do we stand long-distance friends. So I'd say my first tip is if you know you're moving, or, you know, sometimes moving comes last minute, but just being transparent with your friends about the situation of moving and kind of like, and not being afraid to just speak up about where you want your friendship to stand. So for us, like, one example, we talked about this on another podcast, but I think we just bring it up again, was even like in the summer times, we weren't seeing each other because we were like college friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So... You can take it away, I guess.
Yeah, so we were already not seeing each other. So we already had, like, talks about the summer of, like, wow, this is going to be weird. We're not going to see each other.
Yeah.
And then when we came back the next year, it was totally fine.
We were still just friends.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think the commonality was that we were transparent with one another. Like, oh, I do want to be your friend. Might not see you all summer, but I'll see you next year and I'll be back and ready to be your friend again. Yeah. Like, we don't need to talk every day, but I will be back and ready to be your friend again. And I think that's a really important step. Like, if you're moving away and you expect somebody to continue on friendship with you and you don't tell them that you're moving and you don't follow up, I'm low-key like, you weren't really friends. Like, you're just boppity booping across the country and nothing to be said. Right. And I think a lot of times, like, those phases of your life could be so busy, you're not thinking about, like, oh, I should host my own going away party and, oh, I should do this and, oh, you know, all the ifs, ands, and buts. It's just, like, trying to execute. And yeah, so that's my tip is just actually take a little time out of your day, follow up with everybody and let them know. Tip number 2 is not taking things personal. No. It is so hard when you have a long distance friend. You cannot be in constant communication with somebody like that. Like, no, you just can't. And so, So if you don't know everything about their life, like that's not on them. That's not an issue. We don't need to have an argument about it.
That was a cheat code. That was not fair. Do
you want to do that?
No, it's okay.
You have a role right here that you can do it on.
I know, but I've already started.
Yeah. If I were you, I would use your role that's sitting right here.
But look though, I kind of did it.
Okay. That's a choice that you're making.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Usually you always do the food things better than me, so this is kind of funny.
You feel good about yourself?
I do. I thought that was such a gimme. When you were like, we should start there because it's going to be easy.
I'm copying you.
I think the head is too big. Don't you think, though? Yeah, the head needs to be flatter. It needs to be an additional piece. Like a base that it's sitting on, maybe?
Maybe that's kind of what I had going on. It was like kind of like, are you like...
a log on the bottom?
Yeah.
And then a head. Sorry for getting distracted. Yeah. I care about these tips, but I care about the execution.
I'm trying to make a snail now.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think I said we were making a snail. My bad, fam. This is going to be a snail. But yeah, you just can't take things personally because you cannot be in the know because just location-wise, you're not near each other and you don't know what they're going through as quickly and your relationship is going to change. So I think going into it with the expectation that things are going to be changing, that is okay. There's no issue with things changing. You're still friends. Okay. Even if they don't call you as often, they might still want to be your friend. And I think a lot of people have this expectation like, oh, they haven't called me in 2 weeks. I'm going to break up with them as a friend or whatever. First thing you need to do is reach out with a phone call.
Yeah, just because you don't know what they're going through. They could be crazy busy with work or something.
Maybe something tragic happened. Yeah. I mean, you just do not know. And also, like, that is not a good way to have good communication with a good friend.
I got some crusties in mine.
Oh, no.
That's gross.
Oh, no. So, yeah, definitely, like, reaching out, just being a friend. And every time you're thinking, oh, maybe they're pulling back, be a friend.
Yeah.
Send that text out, do whatever, especially because some people, like, don't think that they need to call every day. Some people don't think they need to call every year. Like, you need to either establish that as it comes up or as you're feeling some sort of way about it. Same thing to be said about, like, if you hear something through the grapevine and, oh my gosh, now I feel like we're just not that good of friends and blah, 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 blah. You need to bring that up with them. Yeah. That should not be a thought that's, like, just sitting in your brain, living rent-free. You need to be having communication with your friend about it. Okay.
What is the next one we're doing? Oh, you did little antennas. You killed that one. You did better.
Thank you. Do we want to do the porcupine
or
next?
The bunny?
The bunny was a sleigh. Okay. I gotta relook at the image, I think, though, just to know. Oh, the seal. We could do that next. Which one? Bunny first?
Should we do the bunny?
Okay. I thought I saw another bunny that had, like, a full-on head, but this one seems relatively easy. Okay, we'll do that.
So you're just gonna do a big ball? Okay, and then add the ears.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna go for.
Tip number 3 would probably be communicate as often as you can.
Yep.
Like, even if that's Snapchat, if that's sending them a TikTok, whatever it is.
Oh my gosh,
anything just to keep that conversation open.
Well, and I think a lot of times what can happen, like, for instance, we were good friends, but in college where there are so many moving parts, so many things going on.
Right.
Then we became, like, adults, and you're just vibing. Like, there's no... I don't need to update you. I went to my job. I went to the gym.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing really. So, like, I used to call you, like, whenever something big happened.
Yeah.
Which was all the time. But now, like, something big isn't really happening that often. At which point I'm like, okay, when am I calling you, you know?
Yeah.
So you just have to make a plan that, like, you're going to call them whether or not you have anything to say, just to say, like, I'm just checking in, I'm just following up. And one thing that I really enjoy is, like, if I call and I don't get an answer, right away I send a follow-up text. Or I leave a voicemail that says, like, hey, wasn't anything important, was just calling to check in. And that gives them the door that, like, if they're at work or whatever, because you probably don't know their schedule as well, then they can just say, like, oh, no big deal, like, sorry I missed your call, I was just doing this, like, so glad that you called, maybe I have free time at this time or something like that. And then, like, even I moved, so being able to say, like, hey, low-key, I'm struggling because I have no friends here, and then, like, can you hang out with me even though you fully have friends in a life? Like, you have to say that because you aren't going to be calling me like, yo, dog, let's just chat it up for 4 hours because you had friends and all these other things going on.
Are you doing eyes?
I haven't gotten to the eyes yet, but yeah, I was planning on it. And then, but yeah, you're right. A call, a text, and giving somebody like kind of the notice that like, this is what I'm calling texting for, because, sorry, you guys. Because I have friends that literally we are just back and forth callers, and when we get each other, we just don't know we're getting. Like, we don't know when that's going to be, or we're just following up that we are friends.
I keep a note going of, like, funny, crazy stories to tell her.
Yeah.
Just so that if there ever is a phone call, and I'm like, well, nothing big happened. Oh, let me fill her in on all this stuff.
And it's so hard because you forget, like, what you shared, what you haven't shared. And then, like, down the road, you're like, wait, I didn't ever tell you this story? And it's like, no, you never told me. So you want to have that thing to talk about, I guess. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
What's another tip that you have? I'm thinking, like, more how to maintain that friendship without, like, being around each other. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can be weird with some friends, like, if you still want to be friends because you're not located near them.
Yeah.
And, like, if you should be cutting certain people off or whatever. And my one thing I would say is there's a time and a place for most friends that you have. Like, and that time and place might not be everyday phone calls. It might not be right where you're at right now, but it doesn't mean that you can't be friends in a little bit, like, down the road. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, should I put little eyeballs in mine?
I'm going to do little mustard seeds and just see. It might look scary, to be honest with you.
Oops.
But
sorry.
I'm going to try.
Oops. I just need another one.
You just put your fingernail in my bunny. That's sabotage.
I'm so sorry.
Ooh,
These are looking kind of cute.
The one comment I'm going to have.
Yours has such big, cute cheeks.
Is these are not going to bake evenly.
I'm working on making mine bigger. I'm actively working on making mine bigger. I don't want to discuss it. I think I looked at yours and I think I got self-conscious about mine, and she was actually really cute and I needed to just leave her alone.
Okay, what's the next one?
Next tip?
Shape.
Oh, yeah. Seals.
Seals, that was just a big blob. That was...
I'm gonna give him a little tail.
Okay.
Or, what was the other? Porcupines, seals.
Oh, we could do a porcupine because then you cut the dough, right?
Yeah. Oh, we want to do sleeping wiener dog for sure.
Okay. Oh, that's really hard.
Do you want to look at it deeper?
Okay, I guess. Here we go.
She's like, okay.
Okay, you go first.
She said you go first, and then I'll
follow your lead.
This is really actually a fun activity. Like, if I had kids, my mom used to, like, hand make dough, and then we would make like pretzels out of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was so hard for her because she'd have to, like, make the dough. We'd all be like, we're ready to make the pretzels, Mom. But she would, like, let us make, for special occasions, like, make our own shapes and stuff. Like, we could make our own letters, and then we got to feed them to everyone in the family, and it was a whole deal, but it was really fun, is the moral of the story here.
And you're having fun here, too.
And I think this would have been, like, the cheat act to have way more fun, and it would be way easier for her.
Oh, I need a bigger head. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so next tip. I would say not getting jealous of the friends that they have in their town.
Or the situation that they're in.
Yeah.
Like, you never know what somebody's saying or not saying when you're not near them. And it's really easy to let those thoughts, like negative thoughts, come into your friendship.
And you just can't. You can't do that.
You got to talk about it. You got to void it out. You got to do something productive that's going to make you not feel any type of way about that thing. Especially because, like, you don't know when you're going to see them again. You don't know what kind of friendship you're going to have with them down the road. So, like, you don't know. Bring that into the friendship. Like, they don't know. They can't do anything about it. Like, what in the negativity is going on? You know? You need to get it together.
Oh, these ears gotta be so little.
Such little ears. I think my dog needed to be wider.
Oh, yours is so much cuter.
Sorry, fam. Yeah, I guess those are all things. And then the other thing I would say is reaching out in a specific type of way. Like, if your friend is never calling you back, but not like never calling you back, but there's so many things you could do. You could literally say like, I want to hang out for an hour and a half on a phone call. But just calling sporadically and expecting them to be available for an hour and a half, two totally different scenarios.
Yeah, if you have to schedule that time, schedule the time.
Schedule the time.
If you are going on a road trip, you do that all the time. Should be
I
going
will
on a
literally
road trip.
text before I go on a road trip.
Be like, hey, I'm free for the next 8 hours. Will you call me at any time you're free?
Yep, whenever you're ready, I'll be ready, type of thing. What was that?
Was that lightning?
Was it the lights? Could you guys see that?
That was trippy.
I'm sorry. It's the shooting location. But yeah, scheduling time when you're free, letting them know like, hey, this is when I'm free, but having no expectation of them as well.
Right.
They might not be free. They might have the flu for the last 6 weeks. They're super behind, burnt out, whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be a good friend. And then also on the same point, like anytime you're thinking like, oh, they're not doing this, oh, they're not doing that, you need to reach out and be that friend.
Yeah.
Like there's no such thing.
I will say though, at the end of the day, if your other friend's never gonna put in the effort for you,
like either you're good friends or you're not.
Yeah. And I feel like long distance is what really shows how good of friends you are.
Yeah. And I was gonna add that like not all of my like around each other type of friends became long distance friends with me as well. Like some people you're just not going to have that kind of friendship with, and that's okay. Like you don't need to force anything that's not naturally happening, you know? So can you guys see my perfect little dog that I'm making? Sorry, I need to focus on the face.
I know.
Oops. Something is off here. Something's getting off.
Did you add the wrinkles?
No.
Oh.
They were just in there.
That's so cute. I don't know if I do. Do I do chocolate? Chocolate chips seem too big.
I think I actually made the head too big.
I don't know how I'm going to make... Does he have a tail?
Yeah, they put a tail on it. Mine kind of looks like a tail. I was just going to leave it.
I don't know how to make the eyeballs.
I think we wait till the end and draw them on if we want to. Okay. Do you think?
Sure.
Okay.
There's the doggo.
I think mine's
Why did I set it so close to the bunny?
Mine's literally fine.
Okay, should we do like one more animal?
Absolutely.
These are pretty cute.
That was the one that you wanted to say these are pretty cute about. This seals is so funny, but I think it's because theirs are white and ours are going to be...
Oh, you wanted to do a turtle.
I really want to do the turtle. Or these are like, the corgi butts. Or the turtles, or the bears in a cup. It's just bears, but they don't know that. Okay.
I vote turtles.
Turtles! This is going to be good. I already can feel it in my bones. This is going to be good.
I will say, you are touching everybody's food while doing this. So
that's not the point.
It's very interesting.
Absolutely not the point. They don't need to know.
Oops.
They don't need to know. They don't need to think about it. They just need to come in and say it's cute. Okay?
I guess.
But other than that, I think good things to just any friendship, not just long distance. It's always important to like be honest with your friend about anything that you're feeling.
Yeah.
And secondarily, to be like complimentary. Like you can't call them out of the blue after not talking and just be like, I hate this about you, and be getting on to them about everything. And like that's not really building community or friendship. That is uncomfortable. You have to like check in, like how are you doing? Still feeling the same?
Yeah.
Still with the same guy? Still living in the same spot? Like you have to be asking these questions because like in their other friendships it's probably assumed and they probably don't remember what they told you. Same to you as them. Like any grace that you're going to give yourself, like if you're ever going to say like, oh, well, I just forgot to say that to you and then be mad that they didn't say it. It's like
they probably didn't do it on purpose.
It's probably less serious than you think it is, especially because like adult life can be so changing, like and it can be difficult in its own ways that you haven't experienced before, so it's really cool. But if you have any other tips for long distance friendships, leave them in the comments down below. My last thing I was going to say is like, I don't know if I want to say it how I'm thinking it, but I'm thinking like define the relationship. Like, in certain instances, you probably have the time to be talking every single day. Who cares? Yeah. Like, you've got nothing going on. Next thing you know, you get a boyfriend, it's like... no.
Or all of a sudden, it's like the holidays, and you're busy seeing all your family, and you might just miss some phone calls, and that's okay.
It's totally okay, but the best thing to do is, like, just tell your friend. Like, hey, I don't think we can be talk everyday friends. Yeah. Like, doesn't mean I don't like you still. But I just don't have the time right now or whatever. Yeah. And as a good friend, like, you should take that feedback and be like, absolutely, no worries. Like, call me when you get a chance. Yeah. And then not be upset. Like, maybe call back in a month if you haven't heard from them and be like, I just needed to spill the tea. Who cares? Whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, the one thing, like, sharing funny stories. That's mundane and small, but like...
But it then opens up the conversation again of talking to them.
Yeah. But it could be so, like, I don't know, sometimes when you only talk to somebody, like, once a year or whatever, you wind up just sharing, like, all the key points that happen to be super, super negative. And most of my friendships are ran off of, we send each other memes. We send each other memes, and it clarifies to me that we are still friends. That's all. Like, it's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's wherever it is, you know, and that's the whole thing. There's not a whole lot of other thought behind it. We don't even have to call and catch up anymore because we have nothing to say to each other. Not in a positive or negative way, but that just is what it is. Okay, my turtle is like literally almost done. How are you feeling about yours? So cute.
Are you adding eyes?
I feel like the eyes is so weird. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, let's not do eyes. I think
we can just draw them on at the end.
Okay. Yours are so much smaller than mine. I love how consistent we both were on our own.
I didn't know you were making them bigger. I'm like, I have a size scale going on here.
Yeah, I guess. We both did.
All right. Let's bake these bad boys up, and we'll be back.
And we're back.
And just like that, they were never gone. We couldn't get rid of them if we tried.
And we've tried. Okay. They're fresh out of the oven. I have this little bunny.
We had this genius idea.
And it's a little scary with the mustard seed eyes. I don't know how I feel about it.
Paint over them dark. This literally looks like my dog with the one ear out and one ear.
We thought we would take some... and paint on them. Because then it was still edible.
We're going to try and paint some eyes with some melted chocolate. Dairy-free.
Maybe that's why it's not.
I still think you just burnt it, fam.
I don't know how you burn something in like 45 seconds.
There was like 10 chocolate chips in there. No shade, love you, but 10 chocolate chips.
This is making it worse. Nobody look at the bunny. The snail also didn't totally turn out, but that's okay. It'll be delicious.
Okay, this is my dog. I think I put the eyes in the wrong spot, but this is my dog. Can't you tell? This is my turtle.
Turtle's pretty cute.
Just a little turtle.
That's your bunny.
Where'd his tail go?
How did you lose the tail?
I think the tail was missing.
The eyes.
Wait, remember how I was like sitting here pressing his face? Like,
oh, and the eyes are gone.
Okay, it's giving bunny.
You can use your imagination.
The turtle honestly was great work on my part.
Yeah, the turtles.
This is also giving bunny, but can you guess what this is? A snail. And also these are really cute. If I was having a puppy party, yeah, for sure we're busting this out. This is really.
With this one, they're pretty cute.
Oh my gosh, yours is actually so cute.
It's pretty cute.
Oh, I thought yours might turn out better than mine, and I think quite honestly, it did. Let me see yours. Let me just take a little peek. See,
don't talk about that.
Your snail thing actually, I think turned out better than my snail thing.
But I think that your base turned out better than mine.
Yeah, the base. Now seeing how it cooked, I thought it was just gonna burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yours looks very snail-like. Mine needed a little bit more action going on, but anyway.
Overall, that was way too
in-depth. Other than
of rating.
I was so in-depth. No worries. Okay, that was like our behind the scenes.
Yeah, we just kept going.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today.
You can watch more of our videos here on YouTube or listen to us on Spotify.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.